maybe you can hear me now. Hopefully you can hear me now. I'm back live. Hopefully everything's working. We'll find out. Okay, I'll just do the instructions again. Sorry if you're here and you're hoping for a 4 o'clock start. As always, we rely on technology to get us through. I'm Louise. I've been teaching yoga for nearly a year, but been practicing and training for some time before that. I teach traditional yoga, which works to calm the mind, the body, but actually really creates a whole sense of bringing yourself together, the mind, the body and the breath, okay? There we go, she can hear me now. So all we're going to do is coming to sit. You're just going to sit comfortably. You can sit on your knees, you can sit cross-legged. If sitting cross-legged is a bit of an issue, you can take a blanket or a cushion, and what I tend to do then is you just place it a little bit under the sit bones, just to give you that tilt forward. It's really important that the back stays as straight as you can. That's what we're going for. And if you're not used to sitting down, it does, it will work muscles that haven't been worked for a long time. So just make sure you're comfortable. So for the first few minutes, it is just about sitting comfortably. And then bringing the hands together, you're going to interlace the right fingers over the left so that the right thumb is on top of the left. And just place the hands in the lap. Keep the head up, the shoulders relaxed. And close your eyes. Just breathing slowly. Becoming aware of how you're breathing. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Feeling the abdomen expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. Just practicing slowing the breath, taking in the breath more slowly and exhaling more slowly. So we're just focusing on the breath, keeping the head up, just releasing tension in the body wherever you feel it or notice it. And just using this time at the beginning to bring the body and mind together using the breath. Bringing the mind back to the breath when it wanders, and just using the breath for focus. I'm just going to open with the Om chant, the Om mantra, as I always do. If you want to join, we just bring the hands together at the chest into Namaskara Mudra, and we just say Om 3 times. just release the hands and just stretch the legs out in front of you. And all we're going to do is start, got less room now, so we just start thumping the legs up and down and just shaking the head from side to side. So you just carry on doing that for a moment. Turn my watch so I can see. So just thumping the legs up and down and shaking the head a little from side to side. Just working into all those places that we neglect. Then we're going to take the feet apart a little and just roll the feet out and then rolling them in, okay? Keeping the back nice and straight, we're just rolling the ankles, bringing the outside edges to the floor and the insides to the floor. Bringing the legs back together, bringing the knees up one at a time. So I'm just giving you a bit of a taster today of what I do, and obviously this I try to make it suitable for everyone. I'm really focusing on the bits of our bodies that we neglect or forget about. Lovely. So catching hold of the right knee now, and we're just going to circle the right foot. So just circling the ankle one way and then the other. And bouncing the leg. And then releasing, and we'll do the same on the opposite. So just straightening up, catching the left and circling the foot. And the other way. And bouncing. And release. Bit of thumping again. And shaking the head. And we're going to catch hold of the right foot. If you can't quite get to the foot completely, just take hold of the calf or the ankle, and we're just swinging out that leg. So it doesn't matter if the leg stays bent, and it doesn't matter if you can't quite catch the foot. It's just about swinging that leg open. And I do love watching how people progress with these really simple but most beneficial movements over time. And then releasing and taking the left. So just catching hold of the left, and we're just swinging. When you've got no one next to you in class, it's easy, you're not worrying about kicking somebody in the face. Excellent. And releasing. I'm just going to do a bit of toe touching. So you're just reaching forward to the toes, just bouncing, really stretching out the spine. And then we're going to interlace the hands, place them behind the head and keep bouncing forward. So just working the spine, working our way up. And stretching out the arms behind, lifting, and keep bouncing. And coming all the way back up. I'm going to catch the right foot now, and either placing it on top of the thigh. If it won't go on top of the thigh, you can just place it inside. Okay, so no pain, absolutely no pain in yoga, and then we're just going to bounce out the right leg, the right knee. There might be discomfort, especially if you're using a part of the body or a muscle that you haven't used much, but absolutely no pain. So if you start feeling a pain that's screaming at you, just ease off whatever it is you're doing. So just bouncing out that knee. Excellent. And then place the foot inside the thigh, straightening up a little. Take your right hand and place it behind you. Left hand onto the right knee. Breathing in, twisting around to the right. And breathe out here. Then breathe in, come breathing in, and breathe out, come back to centre. And just stretching out over the left leg. Keep moving. And coming up, stretching out the right, and then we'll do the same on the left side. So we always repeat on the left. So left foot either on top of the thigh or just inside, and we just bounce out the left knee. Keeping the back straight, head looking forward. Making sure our spine, our backs are always, in alignment. And then let's place the foot inside the thigh. just resting against the thigh. Left hand behind this time, and right hand onto the knee, on the left knee that is. Breathing in, twisting around to the right, and breathe out here. Breathing in, and breathe out, come back to centre, and then just bouncing out, stretching out over the right leg. Coming all the way back up. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together now. So we've got both feet, soles together, catching hold of the toes just in a kind of basket with the hands. We're just going to bounce out the knees. So Baddha Konasana. With small children, this is very sweet to do as butterflies with antennae. They don't appreciate it so much as they get older. So just really working into the pelvis and the hips. And this is actually brilliant for women, you know, when we have our periods or coming up to that time of the month, because it pumps lots of oxygenated blood into the pelvic area. So helps reduce cramps as well. And if we cross one hand over the other and just draw the heels in a little bit further, straightening up a little bit more, and keep bouncing. Excellent. And then if we just take the legs wide, making fists, and we're just going to pump the legs a little, thumping, not punching, you know, we're not going to beat ourselves up, but we're just working into those tense areas. I run a lot, so I get very tense thighs, hamstrings. So for me this is, used to be my nemesis, but it's really good for me, so I have to keep doing it. So we're just working up and down the legs, wherever you feel that tension, hips, buttocks. Then just coming back to centre, breathing in. Breathing out, we're just going to bounce over to the right leg, keep moving, we're still waking the body up, still warming up. Breathing in, coming back up, and breathing out to the left side, just bouncing over, stretching up with both arms. Coming back up. Taking the hands to the floor in front of you, breathe in, straightening, breathing out, just walking the hands forward a little. If you can walk them all the way, taking the elbows down, absolutely do that. But every time you breathe out, just see if you can release off some of that tightness and work with your body. Just looking up, breathe in, coming up. Bring the legs back together, give them a bit of a thump, shaking the head. And we're going to bring the hands out in front of us. So if you've become a bit of a keyboard warrior like me at the moment, we need to pay attention to every part of our body. So we're just going to bring each digit into the palm of the hand one at a time. And then stretching and clenching the hands, fingers, making fists, circling the wrists, and the other way. And keep that rotation moving up into the elbows, and the other way. And then take the hands onto the shoulders, and we're going to circle the shoulders forward, or the elbows forward. And the other way. Taking the hands down onto the thighs. Breathing in, take the shoulders up to the ears, and we'll release the shoulders with a sigh of the breath, a nice big sigh to let it all out. We'll do it again, twice more. Breathe in, shoulders up. And again. Breathing in, shoulders up. Just lower the chin down towards the chest. Breathe in, take the head to the right. and the back, and breathing out to the left and down to the front. Breathing in to the right and the back. Breathing out to the left and down to the front. Once more this way. Breathing in right and back. Breathing out left and down. Opposite way now. So breathe in to the left and the back. And breathe out to the right and down to the front. And again, breathing in as you lift and breathing out as you lower. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Just lifting the head back to centre, shaking from side to side, up and down, side to side, up and down. And then just combine both of those movements, side to side and up and down. It's like, you know, when you say maybe to your children, and you think you mean no, and they think you mean yes. Excellent, lovely. So just release. Have some water now. I'm just going to come onto our hands and knees, onto all fours. I'll try and make sure I can stay in the frame. I have to admit to Kelly now that since starting I didn't actually pay attention to what time it was, so I'll make sure I don't go over. So if we're just on our hands and knees, we're just going to do some Vyagraha Pranayama, so tiger breath. You might know it as cat-cow, but really we're tigers in this, you know, strong animals. So we're just going to be slowing the breath down with the movement and arching the spine up and down. Okay, so if we all start in neutral, back is flat, just looking down. Knees together, unless you've got any back issues, you can take the knees apart, otherwise keep the knees together. Hands on the floor under the shoulders. So breathing in, we lower the spine down and lift the head. And as we breathe out, we arch the spine up and take the chin to chest. Breathing in, lowering the spine, keeping the arms straight and lifting the head. And then breathing out, arching up and chin to chest. And again, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in and lower. Breathing out and arching up, chin to chest. From here, just sit back towards the heels. Stretch the arms out in front of you, bringing the head to the floor if you can, and just really stretching out through the spine. Breathing slowly. And then lift the head, look forward. Breathe in, coming up onto the knees. Tucking the toes under, so coming into a squat, into Utkatasana. So we're just coming into this squat. Giving yourself a good hug, lowering the head down. Use your hand to balance if you need to. I'm just going to place your hands on the floor in front, about shoulder width apart. Breathing in, lifting the hips up. Keep breathing, step the feet back just a little bit, about hip width apart. And just lowering the heels down towards the floor. Looking back towards your feet, keeping the arms straight, and just breathe slowly. Don't worry if the heels don't come down. And if the knees are bent a little, again, don't worry, just breathe slowly. And then from here, just walk your hands back towards your feet. Just do a little bit of toe touching. Reaching down, just making sure I'm staying in frame, and bending the knees, breathe in and come up. Fabulous. So have a bit of water. I think I've got about 15 minutes left, which is about right, I think, I hope. If I go over a little bit, I do. I'm sure Kelly will tell me not to. Yes, this is good for your neck. Lots and lots of things. So we can do lots more on that another day. If you want me to come back, I can do some specific neck and shoulder work. And water, key for everything. Okay, so we're standing now, balancing on the left foot. Let's just give the right one a good shake. And flicking the foot away, the leg, just kicking it away. And then do the same to the left, shaking the left foot. And kicking away. Then we're just going to swing the right leg side to side, arms in opposite directions. Just feeling that twist as well. And then repeating on the other side, so left leg out to the side. Fabulous. Feet about hip width apart, or a bit wider actually, because when I say this to women, we generally do this because we have this idea that our hips are as, as wide as a truck, but actually your hips are probably this wide. So we've got to get over the idea that, oh, hip width is this. So hip width, or just a little bit wider. We're just going to make some circles, releasing off all that tension in the lower back. And the other way. And then just coming up, bringing the hands together in front of the body, so fingertips are touching. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to take the right arm back first. So I'm going to move forward a little. So breathing in, twisting around to the right, and the right arm comes back. And breathing out, back to centre. And we'll repeat on the left. Breathing in, left arm back. Breathe out, back to centre. Once more each side. Breathing in, right arm. And breathing out, centre. Breathing in, left. And breathing out, centre. Just shaking the right hand. And the left hand. The right hand. Shaking it up and down, just releasing tension. The left, so this is the other thing that yoga does for us. It helps us release physical, mental tensions. So we're going to shake both hands, shaking them out in front, a little bit faster, shaking them up and down, and just shaking over to the right side and the left side. And then you're just going to shake the hands, maybe the legs as well if you feel that they need it. Just having a sense of letting go. So you're moving your body like you wouldn't normally, no one can see you, and you're just shaking all that tension around you, that mental tension, physical tension. So we're just cleaning out that energy around us and using it as a chance to catch up anything negative, anything that's bothering us, and we'll be throwing it away. Usually I do this 3 times, but obviously we're a taster session, so we're going to do it once. So I'm just warning you, if you want lots of stuff to get, if you want to get rid of lots of things, catch it all up. So moving it around, catching it all up in front of you. Breathe in, and we're going to throw it away with the blast of the breath. And just let the arms swing by the body. And then coming to a stop. Bring the feet a little bit closer together, turning the palms of the hands out. Keep the head up and breathe slowly. Always coming back to the breath and always giving the body a chance to release off any physical tension that was disturbed or moved. So coming to stand again now with our feet hip width apart. And we're going to just be moving again with the body, move the breath. So we start with our hands by our side. Right arm first, okay? So breathing in, taking the right arm out to the side and up, stretching up. Breathing out, just coming over to the left, keeping the head looking forward. Breathing in, coming back up. Breathing out, taking the right arm down. And again, right side, breathing in, right arm coming up and stretching. And breathing out, coming over to the left side. Breathe in, come up, and breathe out, and release the right arm. We'll do the left side now. So breathing in, taking the left arm up, stretching, breathing out, just coming over to the right side. Breathing in, coming up, breathing out, lower the arm. And again, breathing in, left arm coming up, stretching up, breathing out, and coming over to the right. Breathe in, come up, and breathe out, lowering the left arm. Just swing the arms a little from side to side around the body. And we're going to keep that movement going, so keep swinging the arms, just taking them up a little as we swing them around. So we're taking the arms up, working all the way up the spine, just bringing them all the way up. And when the hands are together at the top, just interlace the fingers and really stretch up, keep twisting the body. And then breathing out, starting to come back down, still swinging the arms. So this session really is more about loosening the body than any really strong physical postures. So I believe it's really important that we focus a lot more on the simple things that actually benefit our bodies more, and then we can start to add in other things. So just bringing the arms all the way back around, and then coming to stand again. Just let the body rest again for a moment. Always coming back to the breath. Okay, so we are going to do one standing posture. It's one I think is really important to have a look at, just because people can really overstretch in this. So we're going to look at how we can get into it and out of it safely, and where we should feel the stretch and how to just feel good in it. Okay, so we start with our feet together. If you can jump the feet apart, that would be great. If not, just step them apart, but they're only going to come about 2 feet apart. And we're going to be taking the arms up to shoulder level, like so. Okay, so you will need the width rather than a short space. So jump, make sure the arms are up, the feet aren't too wide. Then just turning the right foot and looking down the right arm, breathing in. Breathing out, just leaning over to the right side, keeping the arms in line. Take the right hand down to the leg. The left arm comes up, so it's in line with the right arm. Now it's really important that you haven't come over with the arm, so the left arm should be up and the right hand is on the leg, really resting down on the leg. And then you can turn your head to look up at the back of the hand. And the stretch is along the left side here, but it means you can breathe into that side rather than squashing the lungs over. So don't worry if the hand only comes down to the knee. For some people the hand is only coming down onto the thigh. You know, it's all about where we're tight or where we're loose. So just looking up at that hand, breathing slowly. So this is Trikonasana. And often people really want to be stretching their legs out, having their hands on the floor, but you've got to be so careful that you're not overstretching. And just looking down to the foot, breathing in, coming back up, arms in line. Keep breathing, turning back to centre, and then we'll go to the other side. So turning on the left foot, looking down the left arm, breathe in. Then breathing out, leaning to the left, taking the left hand down to the leg, and the right arm up. And again, make sure you're not forward bending, you're sideways bending. Then turn the head to look up at the hand and breathe slowly. Really opening up the chest by looking up at the back of the arm. Strengthening neck muscles. Stretching out the leg. And all those muscles running up the side of the ribs. and looking down to the foot. Breathe in, come up, turn back to centre and then step or jump back. And again, just let the body rest for a moment. Okay, so we're going to come down to the floor now, but before we do, have a bit of water. And then we'll come down into a squat, but we're going to do it with a bit of fun. It's making noise, helps us get rid of tensions. So we're going to stand with our feet apart, arms, hands on the elbows, opposite elbows. We're going to be coming down with a ha sound into a squat, breathing in as we stand back up, ha as we go down. We'll do it 3 times. If coming up and down is too much, just stay down on the first one in a squat, okay? So nice and loud. So breathing in, ha! Breathe in, come up, ha! And again, ha! Now we stay down. Just give the knees a hug. Take the hands down to the floor. Bring in the knees down, flatten the feet. Coming up into a high kneel. Breathe in. Keeping the heels together, breathing out as you sit back down. Just letting the body ground itself. If sitting in this position causes too many discomforts or pains, then you can always place that blanket or cushion in between the thighs and the calves, and that will take off some of the pressure. You can roll it up as much as you need to, use 2 or use a cushion. Okay, so from here we're just turning, lying down. We're going to do a few leg lifts before we go into relaxation. So we'll have a nice relaxation with some pranayama, some breathing, but we'll do a little bit of leg lifting first, okay? So just laying back down on the floor. Make sure you can see me, I don't chop off my head. Okay, so lying back on the floor, arms alongside the body and the legs are together. Just pop the head a little from side to side. We're going to be lifting the right leg and then the left leg. We're going to be holding the leg up as we breathe slowly, but we'll be lifting it on an inhalation, holding it for a bit and then lowering on an exhalation. Then we'll do the left side and then we complement that with a head lift, okay? We'll balance it with a head lift. So just make sure you're in line, legs together, arms, palms face down on the floor. Okay, so right leg first. Breathing in, lifting the right leg. Flatten the foot, keep breathing, holding the leg up. You can always bend your knee first if you need to with this as well. And then releasing the foot, pointing the toes away and breathing out as you lower. And then we'll do the left side. So breathing in, lifting the left leg, flattening the foot, holding, breathing slowly. And then pointing the toes away, breathing out as you lower. Then we'll just do a head lift to balance this. Don't lift the shoulders, it's only the head looking down the body and we'll support it. So breathing in, lifting the head, looking down the body. Take the hands behind the head just to support. Keep breathing slowly. And then breathing out as you lower the head back down. Just giving the head a little rock from side to side again. And drawing the knees up towards the chest, give them a nice good squeeze, a little rock from side to side. And now is the point if you want a blanket for relaxation. I know it's quite warm, And we'll be relaxing for about 5 to 6 minutes. The body temperature will drop quite a lot, so use a blanket if you need to. I will stay sat up during relaxation, but that's just obviously so I can make sure I know what, I don't fall asleep or go into too much relaxation. So if you want to come to lying down, if you want the blanket over you, just place it over you. Just give the head a little rock from side to side again. Have the arms alongside the body, palms face up. Legs are together, but the feet just flopped apart. Gently jutting the chin down towards the chest, but not lifting the head. And just start to slow the breath down again. And now as you breathe in, start to tense your toes, your feet, your legs. So tensing all the way up into the thighs, the buttocks, the pelvic area. Tensing up through the abdomen, the chest, the back. Just tensing every part of your body and taking that down into your hands. Keep breathing, tensing your hands and your arms, the upper arm. Tensing your shoulders, taking that tension up into the neck, tensing up your face, so screwing every part of the face up that you can, each muscle, the mouth, the tongue, the nose, eyes, cheeks, ears. Just keep tensing everything and take that into the back of the head and to the top of the head and into the forehead. Tensing everything up as much as you can, breathing in, tensing a little bit more. Breathing in, tensing a little bit more, and then as you breathe out, just release off all of the tension to our Nishpanda, the tension-free Shavasana. So now you're lying tension-free. Just take your focus to your breath. We're just going to do a few rounds of Sukha Pranayama. It's a really simple, relaxing breathing exercise. It uses a 6-second count, but don't worry if you can't make the full 6 seconds. But this helps to work with the emotions, the emotional side of the brain, and it helps to start to control your breathing and bring that consciousness to it. And it's a really good exercise if you're feeling anxious or just feeling tense or emotional, just using that 6-second count. So breathe out and breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Just let the breath settle. Just lay here for a moment, completely relaxed. Just focusing on your breath. Just beginning to breathe a little more deeply, feeling the abdomen rising as you breathe in and lower as you breathe out. Begin to move the hands and feet a little. And rocking the head a little from side to side again. And having a lovely stretch as you wake the body. And just rolling over onto your left side. Just relaxing on your left side for a moment. And rolling all the way over onto your front, just placing your forehead down into the backs of the hands. And then when you're ready, just slowly make your way up to sitting. So I just end with the Shanti mantra, Shanti chant, that sound sending out positive energy to all beings. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Om. So thank you for having me, and just remember, always treat your body with absolute gratitude and kindness. We can get really caught up in this idea that we're not the same as that person or that person, and they can do that and they can do this, and we're all just here doing what we can. So it's all about just being the best us that we can be, being human and treating ourselves with as much care as we possibly can, so that we live the best lives that we possibly can. But I am a big advocate of water, so drink lots of that, and maybe I'll pop back and see you with some other things as well. So thanks again. Thanks for inviting me, Kelly, and it'd be lovely to see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.